This is unbelievable.
They walked in the house without a... Hey, don't touch me.
Witness absolute irony. A calm 15-year-old legal scholar systematically dismantling baffled cops in a constitutional masterclass.
Sergeant out here.
License, registration,
Hey, I can do that. I can tell you to that's
When arrogant cops blindly arrest their own, taxpayers are forced to fund an absurdly massive settlement.
violating
No, don't run my ID. I'm a lawyer. I know my rights.
Welcome to a stark reality where legally educated civilians deliver harsh lessons to baffled cops. Today, we aren't just observing law enforcement, we are meticulously auditing their most absurd systemic failures. Let's dissect our first case of absolute arrogance.
This is unbelievable.
No, I know.
This is
They
unbelievable.
walked in the house without a search warrant. Hey, don't touch me. Stop harassing me. What's your badge number?
What's your name?
What's your badge number? Badge number. That says name.
This incident took place in Park City, Utah. A 15-year-old boy with extensive knowledge of the law not only argued with police officers, but also sued the police for more than $1 million in damages, and ultimately contributed to 2 officers being fired. At around 3 p.m. on September 29th, 2019, several local police officers arrived at Michael's home in response to a call about a neighborhood dispute. Shortly before that, Michael's 15-year-old son, Jack, had been riding a gas-powered motorized bicycle around the neighborhood. A neighbor believed the boy's actions were disruptive and constituted trespassing, leading to an argument between the two families. Another unrelated neighbor witnessed the incident and immediately called 911, also telling police that Michael was carrying a handgun on his hip. As a result, multiple officers showed up at Michael's house.
Can I help you?
Hello, are you, Michael?
Hi, can I help you with something?
Yeah, we're here about a...
your name?
Officer Rodriguez.
First name?
Jim.
Jim. How are you, Jim?
Good.
And your name? Please?
So,
Sorry? Badge number? What's that? Badge number, please?
let's go ahead and talk about the incident that you had out here a few minutes ago.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Step down here for me.
No, thank you.
Yeah, no. Hey!
Whoa!
Michael refused to speak with the officers and went back inside his home, but he did not expect the officers to follow him inside. In fact, the officers' actions appeared to be rather hasty. Under the Fourth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, a citizen's home is often considered their own castle. Except in certain emergency situations, police are not allowed to enter a private residence without a warrant. Similar to a case featured in a previous video, a homeowner once stood inside his home and threatened police officers. Yet the officers exercised restraint and did not immediately enter.
I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you.
You're gonna beat the fuck out of me?
Here. You don't have a warrant.
Is that a threat?
Then come in here, step in my property, and let's see what happens.
At the time, the officers also seemed to understand this. They attempted to pull Michael back outside in order to avoid violating protections associated with the Castle Doctrine.
Jack! Come here, record this!
Come on outside.
Record this!
Come outside.
Jack, record this! Grab my phone and record this! Whoa!
At that moment, Michael's son Jack heard his father yelling and immediately pulled out his phone and began recording at his father's request.
Outside.
You're violating my Fourth Amendment
Hey, you guys cannot come in here without a
Hey, get
search
the
warrant.
According to available information, Michael was a candidate for the Park City Council and was also an attorney. His most recent success was winning a federal lawsuit and receiving $1.27 million. As soon as his son began recording, Michael asserted that the officers had violated the Fourth Amendment. Nevertheless, the officers used a taser on him and dragged him out of the house. One of the officers even approached and attempted to grab the boy's phone.
What am I being detained for?
Just stop resisting.
I'm not resisting! I'm not resisting! Don't take his phone!
No.
Don't take his phone! Don't take his phone!
back.
I'm good. I've chilled the whole time. I haven't done anything.
Relax.
I haven't resisted.
Officers.
do is talk to you.
I am behind my back. This is unbelievable.
No, I know.
This is
They
unbelievable.
walked in the house without a search warrant.
This is unbelievable.
Okay.
It's all on film. Get my camera.
It's on my phone too.
It's on my phone. The whole thing is on film. Jack, follow me and record.
This way.
Follow me and record.
Give us space.
I'm not.
Give us space.
Okay.
No, Jack,
What's
record
your
the whole
space?
thing.
What's your space?
Jack, record the whole thing. Oh, you're Give us space.
Does this look like enough space?
Camera fell somewhere back there.
What are we doing? You don't twist the handcuffs. You're injuring me. I'm not resisting. You saw that. You saw the whole thing, and it's all been recorded.
It is.
I didn't resist.
I know.
I didn't do it. You know. See, he acknowledged that I didn't resist, Jack.
Yeah, I have it on video.
I didn't do anything against your instructions. This guy came into my house without a warrant, without any probable cause.
Let me just talk for a second.
I said, I don't know anything, and he tackled me in my house.
After being arrested, Michael appeared somewhat agitated. Standing nearby, his son tried to speak on his father's behalf, but was interrupted several times by officers.
Officer,
Just me and you, right?
Okay, yeah, I'm fine. No, he can
No,
talk.
no.
He can talk.
No.
I can
not
talk
while I'm
because
trying
I
to
was in the
talk to you.
You're gonna arrest
situation.
him?
No, I'm not going to arrest
Okay,
you.
then calm down. Then just what? What?
Well, you want trying to talk to you?
He recorded the whole thing. This guy is out of
listen to me.
control.
Okay.
What's your
listen
badge?
to me.
What's your name?
Step back.
I'm not.
look, he
I'm
just
on my
touched me.
property.
You can record all you want, but
Another
you're
one.
stepping back
Another
right
one.
now.
This guy,
Back.
Hey, don't
Back.
touch me. Stop harassing me.
I'm going to talk to you.
We're just trying to.
I'm videoing this. Please get out of my personal space.
No.
Yes.
You're not gonna
Get out
interfere
of my
with what we're
personal
doing.
space. This is my property. Please
You're
get
not
out of my
gonna interfere with an arrest.
I'm chill. I've been chill.
You can record all you want, but you're not gonna get close to what they're
I'm on
doing.
my property. Move out of my personal space.
I'm gonna stand right
This is
here.
my personal square. Please move.
I'm gonna stand right here.
Please move. You're in my personal space.
What's your name?
Yeah, I do not need to give you that.
Yeah, you do.
For what reason?
Jack, don't do it.
You're
I
involved
know.
in this.
I'm involved with this, yes. But this guy threatened me and called the cops on you. And what's your badge number?
What's your name?
What's your badge number? Badge number. That says name.
3K12.
Okay.
Now, what's your name?
I'm not making any statements.
You're not making any statements?
Nope.
Okay, I have the right to identify you. You understand that, right?
Then you can search up my face and you can search up my record.
Okay.
Despite being surrounded by multiple fully armed police officers, Jack remained remarkably calm. One officer even attempted to intimidate Jack in order to obtain his identifying information. At that moment, most adults probably would not have been able to handle that kind of pressure. But Jack simply and firmly refused to provide any information, citing his legal rights. Later, several officers prepared to head back into the family's home. As soon as Jack saw this, he immediately followed them.
You can't. Hey!
Stay back.
I'm going in my house.
Stay back.
I'm going in.
If you try and come past me, you're gonna go on the ground face first. Do you understand me?
Okay, and then I'm gonna file a complaint against
Get
you.
your camera.
Go grab your camera. Yes. I'm allowing you to do that, but you cannot walk in my house.
There you go.
Okay. Bye. I have 3 cops on me and I'm 15 years old. Because you guys intruded my house.
Here's your attitude.
So you were the one driving up and down the street on the motorcycle?
I was on my gas bicycle.
Okay, that's a gas-powered vehicle. You have to have a driver's license.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
Not when it's 50cc and you have a permit for it.
As Jack pointed out, the way he had been operating the vehicle was not against the law, so the officers chose not to pursue the matter any further. In addition, the handgun owned by his father had been purchased legally. Under Utah law, any adult aged 21 or older may carry a handgun, either openly or concealed without a permit. Therefore, as long as Michael did not draw the firearm or use it to threaten anyone, there was no issue. At this point, the officers began to realize something was wrong, and they needed a legitimate justification for entering someone else's private property.
But I don't think there's any reason to try writing a warrant to get in the house.
I'm going to arrest him for failure to obey a lawful command, resisting, disorderly.
Yeah, disorders, that's good because it got her attention too.
Yeah.
In the end, Michael was arrested and charged with offenses including failure to comply with lawful orders, resisting arrest, and disorderly conduct. However, 4 days after the incident, state prosecutors declined to file charges against Michael and transferred the case to a lower court. This meant that prosecutors did not agree with the actions taken by the officers. The neighbor who originally reported seeing Michael with a handgun moved away from town after the incident. Meanwhile, following an internal investigation, the Park City Police Department discovered that Officer Jim, who had threatened the minor, violated 5 department policies. Sergeant Thor also violated 3 department policies. As a result, the entire Park City Police Department was required to undergo legal training. Both Jim and Thor received multiple reprimands and were ordered to complete additional training. However, neither officer completed the mandatory training, and both were ultimately terminated from the department. 2 years after the incident, Michael filed a lawsuit against the local government and the police department on behalf of his family. He claimed that both he and his son suffered from PTSD as a result of the incident. His son now becomes extremely fearful whenever he sees police officers.
What's your badge? What's your name? Hey, don't touch me.
Michael demanded both written and verbal apologies from the local government and the police department. He also sought more than $1 million in compensation. At present, the charges against Michael are still awaiting resolution. As a result, his lawsuit was stayed and later dismissed in August 2024 because his address had not been updated. As for Michael's son Jack, after turning 18, he enrolled in the University of Arizona's law program with the goal of defending the rights he believed had been violated. He has also expressed hope that one day he will become an attorney and help people who have been treated unfairly obtain justice. The central legal issue in this case involved the Fourth Amendment, which protects citizens from unreasonable searches and seizures. Michael argued that police officers unlawfully entered his home without a warrant or a valid emergency exception. The case also touched on the Castle Doctrine, a legal principle recognizing a person's home as a protected private space. In addition, Utah law allowed Michael to legally carry a handgun without a permit, meaning his possession of the firearm was not itself a crime. Questions were also raised about the officers' use of force, detention procedures, and their treatment of a minor who was exercising his right to record police activity. Think a kid suing cops is wild? Wait till you see what happens when a rogue deputy illegally cuffs an off-duty cop.
Okay, then I will arrest you for obstruction.
You do that, buddy.
Out, and you're gonna get tased.
You're going to get tased.
I don't know. I didn't even see. I just saw you as a member cop.
In the States, we're used to cops playing hardball, but have you ever seen an officer actually man up, admit they messed up, and apologize right there on the street? Well, today we got one of those rare moments. A guy driving his car got slapped in cuffs just because a cop wanted to get even. By the end of it, not only did he get a straight-up apology from the brass, but he also walked away with a cool $80,000 settlement. This whole thing went down on February 5th, 2024, out in Adams County, Colorado. The guy was just cruising when he spots a county sheriff blowing past the speed limit without lights or sirens, something they're only supposed to do in an actual emergency. Thinking it was a reckless move, he pulls over and starts recording on his phone for proof. But the second the cop sees the camera, he flips a U-turn and demands his ID. Here's the kicker. The guy he pulled over is actually a cop himself. Let's roll the body cam footage from the scene.
Get your name and badge number.
For what?
What?
For what? What do you need?
So I know who I'm making a complaint against.
For what?
For speeding.
Speeding?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I have you recorded doing 80 miles an hour in a 65-mile-an-hour zone.
Okay.
No headlights, no sirens, nonchalantly. Apparently you drive like that all the time. So I wanted to film hypocrisy at its finest.
Okay. License, registration, proof, insurance.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Because now you're in.
No, I'm
Yes.
doing nothing. If you're going to start
You
this
pulled
shit, if you're going to start this
License,
shit, you get your sergeant over here.
License, registration.
Get your
proof-
sergeant over here.
License,
Get
registration-
your sergeant over
License,
here.
registration,
Get your
proof-
sergeant over here.
License?
No, I ain't giving you shit.
You
Get your
pulled o-
sergeant over here.
You pulled over on a traffic stop, so you had to
I didn't pull over on your traffic
Yes, you
stop.
did.
I pulled over here because I had to answer my phone.
No.
Yeah,
License,
that's exactly why. You're not getting shit from me. If you're going to keep this up, get your sergeant out here.
License, registration,
You
proof,
ain't getting
insurance.
shit from me.
Hey,
You
then
ain't
I-
getting shit from
Then
me.
now you're obstructing and
No,
I'll
I'm
take you to
not.
jail.
Obstruction is a physical.
No, it's not.
Look, dude, you better get your sergeant out here,
Now you're
okay?
verbally assaulting
Get your
me.
sergeant out here.
License, registration,
Hey,
proof, insurance.
I can do that. I can tell you to that's the First Amendment. If you got a problem, get your sergeant out
License,
here.
registration,
You
proof,
ain't getting shit from me. Get your sergeant out here.
Okay.
I'm asking for your sergeant for the last time.
And I'm asking
Get
for
your sergeant out
No.
here. Well, you
License-
ain't getting my shit.
License,
You ain't
registration-
getting my shit.
License,
You
registration,
ain't
proof-
getting nothing.
Okay, then I will arrest you for obstruction.
You do that, buddy, and I'll sue the of Adams
Step out.
County.
Step out.
Got it.
Step out.
You better get a. I want a sergeant here.
Step out.
I want a sergeant
Step
here.
out, and you're gonna get tased.
You're going to get tased. I have a weapon right there. Where? What do you have?
I'm just gonna secure that in here, okay?
When the driver didn't just hand over his papers right away, the cop aggressively grabs him without a second thought. What he didn't realize was that he just made a massive mistake. The guy in cuffs wasn't your average Joe. He was a reserve officer for the Denver PD. Not sure if he was retired or what, but he was packing heat and had his badge on him. The arresting officer only freaked out once he spotted that badge. Let me break it down. Reserve cops and regular cops have a lot in common, but there's a difference. The difference is the hustle. Regular cops are full-time, while reserves are part-time and don't take home that full-time paycheck. But here's what matters. Out on the street, they got the exact same authority. They carry guns, make arrests, and do everything a regular cop does. They might work fewer hours or just get a token stipend, but their badge carries the exact same weight. And in this specific case, the reserve officer worked for the city PD and knew Colorado law inside and out. Meanwhile, the guy arresting him was a county sheriff's deputy, two totally different departments and jurisdictions.
You have a CCW?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he's a Denver cop. Or he's a Denver cop.
And
Really?
I know my rights too, buddy.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
You want to get me out of the road here so I don't get run over?
Thank you for being compliant. Greatly appreciated.
Not a problem.
Let me just check your hat real quick. Alrighty, sir. He said I was doing 85 and a 65, and he's just recording hypocrisy at its best. So then I asked him for his license registration because he pulled up on my traffic stop. So I was dealing with him second, and he wouldn't give it to me because he's a Denver cop and he knows his law, his rights.
Is he retired?
I don't know. I didn't even see. I just saw he was a Denver cop.
Kind of far.
Denver Reserve. So how exactly did he obstruct? Well,
That's what we got to clarify.
well, I'm trying to get it. He came up here. If in all honesty, I should have contacted him sooner, but I didn't. I waited for my traffic stop, so I contacted him. He's video recording me, so I was asking for all of his information. He was like, he's not giving it to me. He wanted a supervisor.
He was just video recording?
But when I was trying to get his information here,
Right.
he wouldn't give me his information here. He wouldn't identify himself here. It's weak.
Yeah.
It's very weak, and I can care less that I say it on the camera.
But,
And I asked him to step out, and he stepped out lawfully. Just wouldn't identify himself.
I'm driving down 85. I'm leaving Brighton. I'm on my way to the Ford dealership to get my core back on the starter. Okay. I'm doing 65. This guy passes me, and I look at my thing, and I'm doing the speed limit. And he passed me, pretty aggressively. So I started to go to catch up to him because I wanted to pace him to see how fast he was going. He was going about 80 miles an hour. I recorded it. Like I said, he just passed me and he disappeared. Okay? So my intention was, I've got this on video. I was going to call the station and complain.
Get a hold of me.
Yeah, whoever.
Essentially, that's what we've come to.
Right. So I had no idea where he went, but I turned on 104th to go to the Ford dealership, and he had somebody pulled over, and right at the same time my phone rang. So I noticed that it was the same guy, and I thought, boy, isn't that something if he's given whoever he pulled over a ticket for speeding? Just sat there, and I put my phone out the window to record, and then I just sat in my car, and after he wrote the guy a ticket and let him go, then he came up to me and he said, can I help you? And I said no. I said, can I get your name and badge number? And he said, what for? And I said, because you were speeding on Highway 85. Oh yeah? I said, yeah, you were doing 80 in a 65. No lights, no sirens, no nothing, and I could tell that you were just your casual driving. Give me your driver's license, insurance, and proof of insurance. I said, I'm not giving you my information. He said, give me your stuff or I'll get you for obstruction. I said, you didn't pull me over. I don't have to give you my driver's license. You didn't pull me over.
Right.
So then he opened my car, yanked me out, handcuffed me, and here I sit. And I told him, I want a sergeant. You have no to do this. And that officer that's going up to my van right now admitted it. He said, yes, you shouldn't be.
That deputy's right there. He's right there with you.
So I'd like these handcuffs off. I'd like to be going. I'd like that guy's
That's
information, and I'd like to go on my way here.
That's gonna happen. So,
and I want an apology from that guy.
Once the higher-ups got wind of the whole mess, the chief quickly called it out. This arrest was totally bogus and had zero legal ground. He ordered the guy released right on the spot. And get this, he actually stood face-to-face with him and apologized, something you almost never see from American law enforcement.
some of these guys, they forget that it's not
It's not against the law for someone to videotape your traffic stop. It's not against the law for them to pull over the side of the road. It's not against the law to make a comment. I can't think of any way that would interfere with it.
And
some people,
and I even said to him, at least if their body cam's on, at least 6 times. When he kept asking me for my stuff, telling me he was going to arrest me for obstruction, I said, I need a supervisor. Before you keep doing this shit, I'd like a supervisor. And he said no, and then that's when I called for you. And that's when he yanked me out and threw me in handcuffs.
Oh, I'll handle it. It'll be taken care of. I promise you that. I'm not gonna let it. It's not gonna just go away.
Okay.
It will be handled. I'm sorry. I will apologize for the sheriff's office. I'm sorry it happened. It shouldn't have happened. Like I said, let me go talk to him for a minute, and I'll be back in just a minute. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, here's my business card. Didn't mean it to go this route. Unfortunately, it did. So that is my apologies. But so I don't know what else to say.
You ought to know better.
So I will bite my tongue on that response, sir.
Yeah. Am I free to go?
Absolutely, sir.
Well, I'll see you in court.
Okay, sir. Have a great day. Thank you, sir. Have a great day. No, sir. Enjoy your day, sir. Thank you.
What the hell did he just say?
He said I'm an idiot and to see me in court. And then grabbed his balls and flipped me off. At the same time as you had on camera. Yes.
But the story ain't over yet. The driver was Barry Zatkulik, that Denver PD Reserve cop. Like I said, not sure if he's still active or retired. The cop who cuffed him was Walter Berlinski from the Adams County Sheriff's Office. Barry called out the arrest as pure retaliation that stomped all over his First Amendment rights. Plus, federal and Colorado state courts have made it crystal clear. You got every right to film cops in public as long as you ain't interfering with their job. Instead of dragging it straight to court, Barry had his lawyer send Adams County a demand letter for a payout, backing it up with the video as hard proof. In the end, Adams County caved and cut him an $80,000 check, covering emotional distress, his wasted time, and the lawyer's cut. But of course, in the settlement paperwork, the county refused to admit they did anything wrong. Classic pay him off to make it go away move. As for the hothead deputy, there's absolutely no word on him getting disciplined or facing any real consequences. This whole Colorado situation is a textbook example of power tripping and why you gotta know your rights. That 80 grand proves the First Amendment still holds weight, protecting your right to film cops on the job. Still, the fact that the bad cop walked away without a slap on the wrist just shows how the system looks out for its own. If the guy wasn't a cop who knew the law, you think justice would have moved that fast? The biggest takeaway here? Knowing the law and having it on video is your absolute best defense. What do you guys think about how this went down? Cops turning on their own is crazy. But next, watch how a simple trash run turns into a major civil rights showdown.
I'm not violating any law. So don't
no one said that you were violating any law.
No. Don't run my ID. I'm a lawyer. I know my rights.
Because, sir, we are out with you because we were concerned that you were. Can you prove that that dumpster belongs to you and you alone?
This whole thing went down out in Westerville, Ohio. So one afternoon, civil rights attorney Olawale is grabbing a trash bag out of his Tesla to toss it in the dumpster right out back of his office. Just so happens a couple of cops on patrol spot him, figure he looks sketchy, and roll up right away to start asking questions.
Hi there.
My office is here.
Your office is here?
I own an office here.
Okay, which office is it?
The Olawale law firm.
The what?
Olawale doesn't say much. He just quickly pops his car door to grab his business card. Now that sudden move is pretty risky. Thank God the cop didn't draw his weapon.
Here's my business card.
Suite 160. Okay.
If you need my
All right.
ID,
Huh?
I'll show you my ID.
If you don't mind, just so, yeah, if you don't mind, can we see your ID?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. That is pretty cool. That's a slick business card.
Yep.
All right. I'll give it to him. You can keep doing what you're doing. We're just, Again, we were
I
kind of
understand.
concerned. Yeah, seeing somebody dump a bunch of stuff there. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I have it back? No, don't run it. Don't run my card. Don't run my ID.
Huh?
Don't run my ID.
Don't run your ID?
You have no reason to.
After handing over his card and ID to prove he actually works in the building, Olawale shuts down any further fishing expedition into who he is. He knows if they take his ID back to the cruiser to run it, that legally counts as detaining him. But the cops had zero reasonable suspicion, no evidence of a crime, and nobody called 911 over a guy taking out the trash. So what these cops were pulling was a straight-up violation of the Constitution, specifically stomping on Olawale's Fourth Amendment rights. You know the deal. The government's got to respect your person, your property, and your paperwork, protecting you from bogus searches and seizures.
I'm on my property, putting trash in mine.
Okay, but this is not just your property. It's several people's property.
I understand.
Okay.
But I'm not violating any law. So don't
No
run
one
my
said that
ID.
you're violating any law.
No. Don't run my ID. I'm a lawyer. I know my rights.
Okay.
I'm not violating any law. I'm on my property. There's no suspicion. No one called anybody. So don't run my ID. I only identify myself so that this won't escalate.
That's fine, but we can still mark down who we're out with, and so that's what we're gonna do.
No.
Yes.
You didn't stop me. Don't turn this into an issue.
Sir, you are turning this into an issue. We're just simply marking down who we're out with.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna write it down on a piece of
Oh,
paper.
it's just your name.
Why?
Because, sir, we are out with you because we were concerned that you were illegally dumping.
But you already discovered. Do you want me to show you my office?
I understand that you're here, but I don't know if this dumpster belongs to you or somebody else in the
It belongs
complex.
to me.
Even though the attorney handed over his papers and wasn't doing a damn thing wrong, the cops still weren't looking to let him walk just yet. The senior officer starts grilling him about who actually owns the dumpster, and he insists on taking down Olawale's info just to write up a report.
To you and you alone.
Yes.
Can you prove that that dumpster belongs to you and you alone?
This dumpster belongs to the property.
Okay,
and I'm
that's
dumping my stuff in there.
That's my point, though. Is that if it's also other units.
So what? It belongs to everybody. We're paying for
Okay.
it. It doesn't really matter if it belongs to all the units.
That's fine.
Just give me back my ID. Thank you.
While they're going back and forth arguing over the dumpster, the other cop quickly jots down his details.
Thank you. Thank you. Don't worry, everything is under control. And that's my wife.
Okay, that's fine.
I understand
Do you want your card back?
Yeah, I understand you came to check, but trying to run my ID to find anything, no, that's illegal.
That is not illegal. But okay, you can finish stumping if you like.
Thank you.
Once they get what they wanted, the cops hand back his ID and get ready to bounce. Clearly, they didn't want to get into a legal debate with an actual lawyer. But as soon as they get back to the cruiser, they still run his name through the system anyway, only to find out the guy is completely clean.
All right, just turn around and get out of here, and then we'll look him up.
A day later, Olawale posts the whole encounter online for everyone to see. He straight up said he felt like he was being profiled. The local PD did their own investigation, and it didn't take long for him to put out a statement. Chief Chandler comes out and says his guys were completely professional and polite, claiming they didn't break any rules and followed department policy to the letter. At the end of the day, Olawale didn't officially file a lawsuit. He said in an interview that even if he dragged him to court, the PD's attitude wasn't gonna change. So what's the point? What went down with Olawale is a textbook case of power tripping and low-key profiling. The Fourth Amendment is supposed to be your ironclad shield against bogus searches and getting jammed up for no reason. But keeping it real, this whole mess just exposes the sad truth. The system still covers for its own and lets bad cops walk. The biggest takeaway here, knowing your rights and keeping your cool, is your absolute best defense when they try to pull a fast one on you. What's your take on the PD sweeping this whole thing under the rug? Drop a comment and let me hear your side of it. If that lawyer's defense impressed you, watch how a cracked window and absolute silence left this cop speechless.
Rolls down all the way, man.
Why is that?
Roll down all the way. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you.
What law is that? That was a lie.
A lie?
Yeah.
It's not a lie. So I can talk to you.
This guy is a legal mastermind. The cop thought he had the upper hand for some mind games, but he didn't realize he was messing with a heavy hitter.
That was a lie.
Roll it down all the way. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you.
What law is that? That was a lie.
A lie?
Yeah.
It's not a lie.
Picture this. A beautiful afternoon down in Arkansas back in 2021, James, a young white dude, is just cruising down the highway when suddenly police lights flash in his rear view. He pulls over, having zero clue what he even did wrong. When the cop walks up, James rolls his window down just a crack, enough to talk, but not too far, like a guy who knows he's got to play it safe. Here in the States, you've got the right to keep your distance to protect yourself when dealing with cops, as long as you ain't obstructing justice.
Howdy.
Roll us down all the way, man.
Why is that?
Roll it down all the way so I can talk to you better.
We can talk, right? I mean,
roll it down all the way. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you.
What law is that?
The second he walks up, Officer Jackson Little tells James to roll the window all the way down. Sounds like a simple request, right? But it's actually a classic cop trick. A little psychological hustle known as the foot in the door technique. They start with a tiny, harmless request. But once you cave, it's a whole lot easier for them to get you to agree to bigger things, like searching your ride or patting you down. By U.S. law, any search or overreach by a cop needs a solid, probable cause, especially when it messes with your personal privacy.
This, man?
Well, you're telling me to roll my window. We can talk, right?
Yeah, roll it down more.
But why?
So I can talk to you better, man. I'm not gonna talk to you through a crack like this.
We can talk.
I'm not trying to be rude to you, anything like that.
I'm really not trying to be rude to you either, but...
So what's the deal? Why don't you want to roll it down all the way?
Because I don't have to.
Why don't you want to?
I just...
You just trying to be difficult?
I'm not trying to be difficult. Do you want my license and registration?
Yeah, if you don't care.
What's the reason for stopping me?
First off, okay, I'm Trooper Jackson Little with the Arkansas State Police, okay?
I appreciate that.
The reason I'm pulling you over is speeding. You know how fast you're going?
I do.
How fast are you going?
I'm not going to answer that question.
Okay, I got you going 87 in the 65, man. That's a little quick.
I got this dash cam here.
Yeah.
And it records my speed.
Okay, how fast does it say you're going?
I'm not going to answer that question, but
okay.
I know it wasn't that. This is
okay.
Registration,
how fast
insurance.
Do you think you were going?
I'm not going to answer that.
Okay.
When asked about speeding, James doesn't give him squat for an explanation. He chooses to stay quiet, not because he's got nothing to say, but because he knows his rights inside and out. In a system where you're innocent until proven guilty, keeping your mouth shut isn't dodging the question. It's a perfectly legal move.
Okay.
I'm really not trying to be difficult with you, sir.
So what's the deal then?
Well, what deal?
Like why are you just being so defensive and argumentative?
With what?
Everything I'm saying.
Well, I don't believe...
not being cooperative by rolling the window down. It's not a huge deal. I'd like to talk to you better, you know.
I think that we're talking fine, though, aren't we?
We were, but it's not...
Well, hold on. Let's start over.
We're not going to argue.
I don't want to argue with you, but let's start over.
Okay.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
My name's James. You have my
nice
ID
to meet
here.
you, man.
And I just don't... The reason for the window, I'm not trying to be defensive or argumentative or anything.
Yeah.
I just don't like to have it all the way down.
Why's that?
I just don't.
Why is that, man?
I just don't.
Okay, okay. Everyone's different, I guess.
Everyone is a little different, yeah. You like it down, I don't, you know.
Okay. Everything looks good here. So you don't think you were speeding?
I don't want to answer any questions regarding that.
Why not?
It's just...
It's not a huge deal, man. It's just speeding.
I get it, and I don't think it's a huge deal to not.
Something, you know, if you don't think you're going that fast, something could be wrong with your car or something, man. You know, you never know that.
It's 2021.
Rude, nothing like that, man.
I'm not trying to be rude either.
I know you're being nice now, so I appreciate that.
Well, I feel like I've been nice.
Yeah, it's the deal is, man. We go, you know, if you give us signs by not being cooperative by the little things.
We're not cooperating?
Just listen. Let me talk, okay?
Sure.
Okay. Those little things can mean a lot sometimes, man. For all you know, you could be trying to hide something, anything like that. So those are just little clues. I'm not saying you are. Not accusing you
Well, we're
of
just
anything.
operating within the bounds of the law right now, aren't we?
What'd you say?
Are we just operating within the bounds of the law right now?
We are.
Then...
But those are just little clues, man. I mean, it's kind of weird when you don't want to roll your window down on the way. It's just a little weird, man.
It's a little weird that you're just demanding I do something. You said that you're not asking, you're telling me, and you don't have the legal grounds to tell me to roll my window all the way down. That's the only thing. That was a lie.
A lie?
Yeah.
It's not a lie.
Do I have to roll my window down?
I can make a bigger deal out of that. If I'm not going to, though.
Do I have to roll my window down all the way? Is that a law?
I do what I asked, man.
Is that a law?
And if you think that's violating whatever, we can take it to court.
We can take that one to court. That is not a law that I have to have my window all the way down.
Like that. But like I said, it's speeding, man. It's not a huge deal.
And I understand that, and that's why I feel like we got off on the wrong foot, because you were telling me to do something that I don't have to.
I can tell you to do whatever I want. If you think it's violating,
you can tell me to do whatever you want.
If you think it's a violation of whatever thing you're talking about, we can take it.
Well, I don't think you violated anything right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal.
No, I don't. I think we have a disagreement on what the law says on the window.
What's the deal, man? Honestly, what?
Well, there's zero deal.
Okay, so just what?
You've got me stopped.
Yeah.
You're accusing me of speeding, you say?
Yeah.
I've handed you my documents. I'm doing everything I'm legally required to do.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you think I have a deal.
I just don't. Why can't you just really what's so hard about just click?
Well, what's wrong with you said that so we can talk, but we're talking right now. So
there's nothing
what
wrong
other
with it,
reason
man.
is there?
I'm just curious, honestly, why you can't just roll it down all the way.
I
don't know why don't.
I'm just curious of why you're so stuck on it.
It just blows my mind. Like, why can't you just roll it down all the way, man? Like, what's?
It blows my mind that you can't let it go. I thought we moved past this.
It's just a little funny to me, man. I'm behind the whole cop thing. I'm just kind of curious why you won't do it.
I just don't think that I am legally obliged to do that.
Yeah, I'm saying beyond that, why don't you just want to? Like, what's the big deal? You see, like, are you afraid or what?
I like my window. Well, I think that, yeah, a man approaches my car with a
yeah, I'm not here to hurt you or anything like that.
I fully believe that, you know, but I'm allowed to have my defenses up, right? Do you believe I'm going to hurt you?
No, I don't.
But you got your defenses up, right? I mean, it's just a natural
all the stuff
thing.
going on, I guess it's kind of natural.
I have nothing against you as a person.
Yeah, but
I'm just.
You gotta think, man. Not every cop's a bad cop. So I'm not here to hurt you like that, man.
And I'm fully on the side of the police.
Yeah.
But I
appreciate that.
Yeah, I have my ways. I got to do things.
Yeah. I was just saying behind the whole cop thing. I was just kind of curious why you didn't want to like behind the whole. I'm the cop. You're the violator, or whatever. Just kind of curious why you didn't want to roll it down. So. Yeah,
I just like it where it is.
Okay. Yeah. Everyone's different.
Sure.
Anyway, man, just hang tight here, okay?
Sure.
Even with all his sharp questions trying to flip the script, the cop couldn't get James to budge one bit. That window stayed exactly a third of the way down. Like an invisible boundary, James wasn't letting anyone cross. Not a single confession. Not one extra detail. He played the silence like a grandmaster in a chess game. Faced with this rock-solid legal defense, the officer had no choice but to head back to his cruiser and run James's record through the system.
Put your stuff back, man. Here's what we're doing, okay?
All right.
Your record looked pretty dang good. I didn't see a speeding warning or ticket on there, okay?
Okay.
On you off with the warning, okay?
I really
know you don't think you're going that fast, but radar said you were, but I'm not writing you a ticket.
That's what I was going to ask, is if you're on radar, because I'm not lying to you. I wasn't going that fast.
How fast? Since we're beyond that, how fast was it?
I really can't answer that question.
Well, I'm not writing you a ticket, man. It's a warning, so I'm just curious what it says.
I understand, but there's a formality that's got to take place there.
What do you mean formality?
My right to remain silent on things.
I'm not going to walk back there and rewrite a ticket, man. I can promise you that. I'm just curious.
I can promise I won't answer the question.
You have my word. I'm not going to do that. I promise you. That's on camera. That's on my camera.
And you got camera?
I do.
Do you run body cam?
No, we run a body mic.
So okay.
See, we're troopers.
Yeah.
We don't go into houses, anything like that, really. So
right. You're
really no need for everything's on camera right here, so there's no need for me to have a body camera like this. But
I think that body cams help police as well as citizens.
Yeah, some state agencies have it.
Yeah, I think that
ours doesn't.
I get it. Yeah,
Arkansas is behind. Getting some, but do what?
Arkansas is just behind on everything.
I mean, something like that. There's been talks about us getting some, but like I said, we do just everything right here in front of the car. So I mean, there's some pluses and negatives too. I mean, like it can help you in court. You know, if you had a body cam right here to prove something did not, like if we were to go off and get in a fight way over there or something like that, you know, that could help us out there. But
sure,
like I said, we're troopers, so we just everything's right here at the car.
Sure.
Usually, but we don't go in the house and stuff like that. So
it makes sense.
But yeah,
it makes sense.
But yeah, man, what's your name again?
My name's James.
Okay, nice to meet you, man. I'm Jackson. Nice to meet you.
You too. What was your badge number?
587.
587. Is any of that going to be on the?
Oh, let's see. It should be. Yeah, name's right there. Badge number's right there. Okay.
Perfect, man.
But yeah, besides that, man, I know you don't think you're speeding. My radar said you were, but just be careful, okay?
Absolutely, and you too, for sure.
I appreciate it, man. Like I said, not every cop's bad, man.
No,
we're here to keep you
I
safe,
think the majority of police are good.
Yeah.
You know, the saying goes, "A few bad apples spoil the bunch."
Yeah.
And I think that's a bad case of what's happening.
I can understand why you'd be, a little defensive of a cop walking up to you and stuff. But,
sure.
But man, I'm not here to hurt you. I can promise you that.
I got you.
Came down.
And I'm not here to hurt anyone.
Yeah.
So.
I believe that, man. That's why I'm not making a big deal out of it. But
cool.
I'm just saying sometimes the little things like that give us clues. I mean, you're not a bad guy, so that's not the case here. But
sure,
those little things, sometimes mean a lot more than what's just a little thing. So just
absolutely,
just keep that in mind, man. Some guys might not be as nice about it as me, but
sure.
Clearly, I'm saying you're clearly not a bad dude. So
I try to function within the bounds of the law. You know, that's it.
Yeah. Some guys, you know, they might have sat here and made you get out of the car and stuff. But you're, like I said, you're clearly not a bad guy, so I'm not going to make a huge deal out of it. But just
and I appreciate that.
Keep that in mind. Some guys might not take that the same as I did. So just
I got you.
But
Yeah.
just, I appreciate it, man. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
You have a good day.
Yeah. You too.
Over here, a lot of folks hate rolling their windows all the way down during a stop, terrified the cop will lean in and start making demands by claiming they smell booze or contraband. There have even been cases of cops setting drivers up, but because James knew the law cold, he handled the cop with confidence and dodged a ton of unnecessary heat. James's cool head and legal street smarts, that's something I gotta respect. His story is an absolute masterclass in putting American rights to work. By sticking to his right to remain silent and keeping his distance, he completely shut down the cops' mind games. The million-dollar lesson here: keeping your cool and knowing your rights is the absolute best armor you can wear. If it were you, would you have the guts to play it as smart as James? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Silence is powerful. But wait till you see this passenger completely shut down a whole squad demanding his ID.
Step out of the car for me.
I'm not stepping out of the car.
What's that?
I'm not stepping out of the car for my safety.
For your safety?
For my safety.
What do you think, we're gonna beat you up?
On a scorching hot day, a vlogger named Ambus had just gotten off work and was preparing to head home. Since his car was broken down, Ambus asked a friend to give him a ride. While they were on the road, Ambus noticed a police car continuously following them. However, during the entire time, the police never instructed them to pull over. It wasn't until Ambus and his friend arrived at a bank to cash a check that the police car finally activated its lights and signaled for them to stop. The officer asked the driver, who was Ambus's friend, to present his driver's license. After that, the officer also demanded that Ambus, who was sitting in the passenger seat, provide identification. Believing that the officer's actions violated his constitutional rights, Ambus refused to comply with the order.
How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Whatever the traffic stop was, it doesn't really matter. I'm not here for that, obviously.
Just in case I started recording, you know, because
that's fine.
If anything, if I need it for court or anything.
You can record all you want, no problem.
This man is Ambus. At this point, he informed the officer that he would be recording the entire conversation between himself and the police.
You're obligated when you're in a motor vehicle to present your ID.
When you're driving?
When you're in the motor vehicle, yes, like right now.
Can I see what law is that?
I don't have the law book on me. I know the law. That's.
So if you know it, how come?
If you weren't in the car and you parked in a parking lot, no. But as far as the motor vehicle being operated, yes.
Right. So get the law for me. Give me what law it is.
The officer told Ambus that police have the authority to check the information of all passengers inside a moving vehicle. However, Ambus disagreed and demanded that the officer cite the specific law that granted such authority. U.S. law states that when a driver is stopped for a traffic violation, the driver is required to present a driver's license, vehicle registration, and proof of insurance. Failure to do so may be considered a violation. However, with regard to other passengers in the vehicle, if police do not have sufficient evidence or indications that they have committed an offense, and if officer safety is not being threatened, then police are not permitted to require those passengers to provide personal information or identification.
And then, you're a police officer, you're supposed to know all the laws
Let me talk to you. Step out of the car for me.
I'm not stepping out of the car.
What's that?
I'm not stepping out of the car for my safety.
At this point, the officer did not want to continue arguing with Ambus and ordered him to step out of the vehicle immediately. Ambus once again refused.
For your safety?
For my safety.
What do you think, we're going to beat you up?
No, but once you tell somebody to step out of the car, it's either they're being arrested, you're going to take them in for questioning or something like that. Okay. If I'm not going to be... I'd rather stay here where this is recording in case something happens.
Mr. Lawyer, okay?
No, I told him I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. But I value my rights. I have rights. I know the Constitution. You know, I know what rights I have.
The Fourth Amendment to the United States Constitution protects citizens from unreasonable searches and seizures by government authorities.
We do it with every single car. You give up your rights when you're in the car.
When you're driving.
When you're driving.
When you're driving.
You have to present your ID.
Yeah, when you're driving.
If you don't have your ID, that's fine. But you got to give them a name.
I'm not giving out my name just because. Because you're gonna start. I need your name. I need your date of birth. You're gonna look me up. You're gonna have my address. You're gonna have all the information. Yeah. But what crimes did I commit?
You didn't say you committed any, did he?
No one's saying we do it with every single car.
Yep.
As far as you getting out of the car, I know you're thinking you're Joe Attorney.
No, I don't think that. I don't think that.
If you're getting arrested, you're gonna get arrested.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not.
All right. So when you say I'm being arrested, then we'll take it from there.
Why would I say that? Why would I say you're being arrested? If
I don't
you're
know.
Sitting in the passenger
Yeah,
seat
because you're asking me for my name, my date of birth.
That's just for our safety. That's why we.
The officer then explained that for personal safety reasons, they needed to check Ambus's identification. However, in reality, Ambus was not carrying any weapons and had not been observed committing any violations. In addition, the police were unable to establish that Ambus matched any specific description.
But why did he get pulled over? Right?
Had him for speeding.
Okay, so that's his problem.
Yeah, but
I'm just getting the ride home.
Listen, but you're in the car, okay?
Yeah, but I didn't commit a crime. I didn't speed.
We're not saying that you did. We identify everyone in the car.
You're not
every
listening
single car
to me.
stop.
I am listening.
Okay. When you get out of the car, okay, we don't just arrest people to get out of the car. We just don't tell you to get out. It's for the heck of it, okay? For our safety, we ask for ID. Now you're obligated by the state to do that, okay?
Do you see anybody shooting? Do you see anybody with a bazooka?
No, I'm not here to be a debate. That's for court, okay?
All right, so whatever you got to do, but I'm not giving up my rights. I'm not giving up my rights, and I know that's not a law. Once you tell me the law, what number it is, everything, we're gonna look it up, and stuff like that.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Where are you guys from?
Providence.
Providence.
Ambus continued to refuse to step out of the vehicle, so the two officers returned to their patrol car and called for backup. While waiting, the officers instructed the driver to exit the vehicle and move to the rear. They then demanded that the driver provide Ambus's name, adding the warning, "If you refuse, you will receive a citation." However, the driver, who was also Ambus's friend, remained silent and refused to give the police his friend's name. Shortly afterward, a sergeant and a plainclothes detective arrived at the scene.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
What's going on?
I'm just going home from work.
Hey, can you hop off just for a minute? I just want to talk to you real quick.
Nah, I want to stay with the camera recording because I don't know. You know, I don't want to be.
Feel free to bring your camera with you.
I don't want to carry that and have it in your face, you know.
Okay.
But
then you know what?
I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to take you guys away from doing your job and stuff. But they say that when you have rights, either you use them or you lose them, you know.
You're not disrespectful, okay? But you are breaking the law.
I am.
In fact, when reviewing the entire interaction between Ambus and the police, Ambus clearly expressed his position while remaining calm and composed, neither acting arrogantly nor backing down, but simply exercising the lawful rights he believed were protected by the Fourth Amendment to the United States Constitution.
The United States Supreme Court says that we have every right to take you out of this car while we conduct the traffic stop.
Even when I'm not being arrested, I wasn't driving, I don't have any probable cause, you know, just with my friend, because he already got a ticket, he's late for, he's giving me a ride, as a courtesy, for me, because my car broke down. I'll give you my ID, all right? Because I've been here for 31 years in this country, never been arrested, don't have any kind of,
I'm not arguing any of that stuff.
I don't have any records, everything's clean,
Do we have his ID?
Yeah, I'll give it to him now, just for my friend. If it was me, I'll be here till 5 in the morning. I don't have it. Yeah, I'll just give it to you. Okay. So I'm gonna reach for my ID, all right?
You go right ahead.
Just for my friend.
Yep.
It is clear that because of the traffic stop, Ambus and his friend were forced to stand under the scorching sun on the side of the road for more than an hour. Not wanting to create additional trouble for the friend who had given him a ride, Ambus eventually gave up his position and provided identification to the police.
I'll give up my rights for my friend.
Well, it has nothing to do with rights, my friend.
All right, here you go. You're not going to find anything. Yeah. I just want to, we have the rights. If you don't use it, you lose it. And that's where it's going in this country already.
You do have rights, and I understand that. I'm well versed in the Constitution.
Yeah, I follow.
You do have rights.
Yeah, I try to follow all the laws. I try to learn everything,
But you do have to identify yourself.
It can also be seen that throughout the interaction with Ambus, the officers remained calm and professional. They did not use force to remove Ambus from the vehicle when he refused to comply with the order to step out. However, the police continued to maintain that all passengers inside a vehicle must comply with police orders unconditionally and provide identification.
They say if you're being arrested, there's probable cause, or you're being a danger, you know.
Yeah, I don't know who you are as the passenger if you don't tell us. So.
Yeah, but I wasn't driving. I didn't commit any crime. There's no probable cause that I'm going to commit a crime. You didn't catch me in the act of committing a crime.
You know what I'm saying? We don't know who you are.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying too.
I do.
You know.
I do. However, just so you know in the future, you do have to provide.
Yeah, I'm going to look it up. I'm going to call the chief of police and ask him, you know, just to make sure. Because if it is, and I'm wrong, the next time, you know, I know better, you know.
Call the Attorney General's office. They can really tell you.
Okay, I want to find that out because I try to keep up with all the laws, and if that's a new law and I don't know about it, I want to find out.
Power.
Yeah, that I just wrote that today on Facebook. I said knowledge is power, same thing like that.
Yep. You know.
Yep. I've been here for 31 years, never been arrested, never been in trouble with the police, never been in any kind of trouble, ever.
You ever been stopped and asked for your ID when you were a passenger?
Well, no, never.
Never, huh? The reason why we do that is obviously to check anybody, see if they have warrants or whatever. We don't know who the passenger is as far as
yeah, but you see what the problem with that is? You cannot just go around stopping everybody and asking for IDs like Nazi Germany. You know what I mean?
Vehicles legally stopped though for traffic violations.
No, because you know how it is nowadays.
We don't just accost people on the street and ask them for their identification.
Yeah, but that's where it's going.
Yep.
In New York.
Listen, we're not in New York.
It's already like that.
We're not in New York. We're in Rhode Island. Okay. And the courts say if you are stopped by the police for a legal reason, which this was a legal reason, you committed a traffic violation.
He did.
At this point, the detective once again appeared to misunderstand the legal provisions involved. When a vehicle is stopped for a traffic violation, only the driver is legally required to present identification, not the passengers. Ambus immediately pointed out the error in the detective's statement.
Of some sort, we have the right to identify any passengers in the motor vehicle.
When I was here, back when I first came in here, like back in the 80s, the 90s, it was lovely to, here, but the way it's going now, I don't know if that was after 9/11 or what happened, but I just can't do anything anymore.
Ambus stated that he is also an immigrant who came to the United States more than 30 years ago and has continuously educated himself about American law and the rights that citizens should have. However, he expressed disappointment with the current law enforcement system.
You know, it's sad, And I don't have anything to hide or anything, but...
I'm not saying that you do.
No, I don't know, but it seems like that. When you want to give out your name and ID, it seems like, oh, there's all these red flags. What is he hiding?
You're one person. This case that this sergeant is talking about came from a state trooper asking for identification from a bus full of people. And the Supreme Court found that it was warranted. They can ask for identification.
So even all those innocent people that were just there along for the ride, they have to go through all these hassle, give out the names, the date of birth, and social security, just because somebody else did something? We all have to pay for it? Now, if you're looking for a person driving the same type of car that was being looked for like a crime he committed, it was driving a car that's similar to this, all right, I will understand that. But asking me all this because he was speeding, I mean, it doesn't go together. It makes no sense.
The courts have said that we can.
All right. Now I'm just gonna, look that up. I'm not saying that you're lying, but I want to make sure for myself. Yeah, I'm gonna find that out because.
You can Google search it.
No, I don't trust Google. I go straight for the source. You can't believe anything you read online. There's too many.
If you go on the Rhode Island
too many, like he says, too many lawyers online. They think they know everything, and then they tell you something that is not even true.
On the Rhode Island State website, you can look up all the Rhode Island general laws.
Okay. Yeah, I have the phone number for the.
If you do a search on there of obstruction of justice, the entire definition of the statute will come up.
All right.
You'll see that.
And it's gonna say if you're a passenger on a car and you get asked for the ID.
It won't be that specific.
You see?
That comes.
I want to see where it says that.
From case law.
I want to see where it says that exact word. If you get stopped, your passenger must, by law, give out his name and everything, or go straight to jail. I want to see that.
Okay, well, do you want to roll down your window?
Man, he's all set.
Yeah, he's all set. Thanks, man.
Have a good day, sir.
All right, man.
After checking Ambus's identification, The police confirmed that he had no prior criminal record. In the end, they issued the driver a citation for speeding, along with another citation for excessively tinted windows. The officers then allowed them to leave. This case centers on the Fourth Amendment, which protects individuals from unreasonable searches and seizures by the government. During a lawful traffic stop, the driver is generally required to provide a driver's license, vehicle registration, and proof of insurance. However, passengers do not automatically have the same obligation unless officers have reasonable suspicion that they are involved in criminal activity or can demonstrate a legitimate officer safety concern. Ambus argued that, as a passenger, he was not legally required to identify himself and that the officers lacked sufficient grounds to demand his identification. That took serious guts. But up next, watch a clueless rookie officer get totally humiliated by her own ignorance.
Say that again?
Go ahead and hop out of the vehicle.
No.
Get out of the vehicle?
Out of the vehicle.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, no, I am not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
A female police officer in the United States didn't understand the law and pulled over a driver who did. What happened next was truly embarrassing.
It's a lawful order.
No, it's not a lawful order.
Yes, it is. It is a lawful order, me telling you to get out of the vehicle.
I have no in my vehicle. And do not shine your flashlight in my eyes. I'm deaf.
You're deaf?
Well, that has nothing to do with a flashlight in your eyes.
Okay.
No, it doesn't.
I can't see you in order to hear you.
Today's incident took place in Texas, where a rather interesting situation unfolded. A female officer initiated a traffic stop after noticing several bicycles mounted on the back of a vehicle. I'm not even sure whether there were 2 or 3 of them. I'm a narrator, not a camera lens. In her view, the bicycles were obstructing the license plate and violating the law. The female driver, however, believed she had done absolutely nothing wrong. She insisted that carrying bicycles in that manner had nothing to do with obstructing a license plate and refused to cooperate with the officer. Before deciding who's right and who's wrong, let's take a look at the officer's body cam footage. It might just reveal a plot twist worthy of a French detective movie.
You gonna roll down the window? Why not? Roll down the window.
Yes, may I help you?
Officer Norton, Montgomery County Constables, Precinct 5. The reason I pulled you over is your license plate is obscured. I cannot see your license plate.
You're full of crap anyways because it's got my bicycle things on it.
It still can't be covered.
Yes, it's not covered. It is, but that's
it's obscured.
legal.
No, it's not. I cannot see your license plate. I cannot see your license plate.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so it's obscured. Do you have your license on you?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
However, it's not obscured.
Okay, it is obscured.
You can call Officer Simpson, Sergeant Simpson, and ask him. It is not obscured.
So me not being able to see your back license plate, don't roll up your window on me.
Oh, watch me.
Okay.
It was an accident to begin with, so don't threaten me.
I didn't threaten you. I said
Yes,
don't roll.
Don't roll up your window on me. It was an accident to begin with.
Okay, that's all I said was don't roll your window up on me. Where's your license?
It's not obscured.
Okay.
You can read it.
We can agree to disagree. Where are you coming from today?
None of your business.
Okay, cool. Is in the vehicle?
None of your business.
It is my business, actually.
No, I don't have to answer any more questions.
Yeah, you do. Are there any in the vehicle?
Here you go.
Are there any in the vehicle?
No.
Okay. Any?
I'm not answering any more questions.
Okay. Cool. Go ahead and hop out of the vehicle for me.
Excuse me?
Hop out of the vehicle.
Excuse me?
Go ahead and hop out of the vehicle.
Say that again?
Go ahead and hop out of the vehicle.
No.
Get out of the vehicle.
Out of the vehicle.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, no, I am not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
8520. Can you send me another unit? I have a occupant that's refusing to get out of the vehicle.
I'm not getting out.
Yes, you are.
Clear. Can I get a second to 8520?
Not only did the woman refuse to step out of the vehicle, but she also rolled up her window, causing the officer to become somewhat uneasy, concerned that there could be a weapon inside the car. This raises an important question. If a bicycle is mounted on the back of a vehicle, can it legally be considered an unlawful obstruction of a license plate? Under Texas traffic law, if a license plate is more than 50% obscured by a covering, object, material, or other obstruction, it is considered a violation. However, the law also clearly states that this restriction does not apply to bicycles or motorcycles that are being transported in a customary manner. In other words, Even if the bicycles partially covered the license plate, the woman was not violating the law. From the very beginning, this traffic stop lacked a proper legal basis. Nevertheless, the officer continued to demand that the woman exit the vehicle, warning that failure to do so could be considered interference with official duties and might result in her arrest.
I do not have to answer any questions, and I am not getting out of
It's a lawful order.
No, it's not a lawful order.
Yes, it is. It is a lawful order, me telling you to get out of the vehicle.
I am not getting out of my
You can open up the channel. You can get out of the vehicle, or you can go for interfering. Okay, well, we'll sit here all day until... Okay, well, we'll sit here all day. All I asked was for you to get out of the vehicle.
I am not getting out of my vehicle.
I don't know what's in this vehicle. You're not telling me if I asked you and you said I don't have to tell you. You said I don't have to tell you. So for all I know is you have a
No vehicle. There's no in my vehicle.
You said I don't have to tell you.
Exactly. But I also told you there was no vehicles in my. There is
Okay, cool. Well,
so I do not have to get out of my.
Yeah, you do. It's a lawful order.
No, it's not.
Okay, we can agree to disagree.
I'm not doing anything wrong. There is no reason for me to get out of my vehicle, and I gave you my driver's license.
Okay, but I'm asking you to get out of the vehicle, and you're still refusing.
Getting out of my vehicle.
Okay, well, we can either pull you out.
Call Sergeant Simpson.
I don't need to call Sergeant Simpson.
There is no reason for me to get out of my vehicle. I've not done anything wrong.
So me asking you is a lawful order.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
It is not.
It definitely is a lawful order. Okay.
It's not a lawful order because there is no reason for it.
Okay, she already locked it. That's all right. We got a sergeant on the line right now. See, he's en route. So you can sit here, or you can comply with our orders.
There is no vehicle. There is no reason for me to get out of my vehicle.
I don't know what's in this vehicle. You hesitant on me asking if there were any vehicle, and you said no. I don't have to tell you. So.
No in my vehicle. And do not shine your flashlight in my eyes. I'm deaf.
You're deaf?
Well, that has nothing to do with a flashlight in your eyes. Okay. No, it doesn't.
I can't see you in order to hear you.
You're not even looking at us.
I can hear you because you're loud enough.
You can hear us, but you're not looking at us.
No, I can't. Not now. I can't.
Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna run her. So, anything in the car that you're not supposed to have?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been in trouble with the law before?
No.
No?
Except for that I got pulled over, like, I went to jail for expired inspection registration, like, a long time ago.
Okay. So there's nothing inside the vehicle that you're not supposed to have?
No.
Okay. Do you mind if I search the vehicle?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Okay. Stay right there. All right, I'm gonna call the DA.
The officer appeared uncertain and wasn't entirely sure whether the woman's actions actually constituted a violation. She called a supervisor to ask 2 questions. First, does transporting bicycles on the back of a vehicle count as obstructing a license plate? Second, does the woman's initial refusal to exit the vehicle, even though she later complied, constitute interference with official duties?
Hello, this is Officer Norton with Montgomery County Constable's Precinct 5. I got a question for you. Out on a traffic stop for obscured license plate. She has like bikes covering her license plate. I can't see the license plate. When I told her that I wasn't able to see the rear license plate, she argued with me and says that it's not obscured, this, and this. I asked her multiple times to get out of the vehicle because when I asked her, sorry, hold on. When I asked if there were any vehicle, she said that she didn't have to tell me. And I said, well, it's for officer safety, this, and this. And finally, after asking her multiple times, she said, no, there's in the vehicle. I then asked her, okay, well, do you mind stepping out? That way I know, you know, for my safety, your safety, everything's okay. She then rolled up the passenger window, said it was an accident. And then she refused to get out of the vehicle when I asked her multiple times. It took 4 other officers to ask her verbally. We didn't have to physically remove her. But she finally got out of the vehicle.
I'm with you. Technically, yes, you have the violation if you want to file it. However, there are some problems that will make you look terribly bad if you have to defend this case in court.
Okay.
The first one is the statute that I wanted to look at is that bicycles and motorcycle racks attached to a vehicle in normal and customary manner cannot be used as a basis for obstructing a license plate. It's actually spelled out in the statute.
Okay, even with the bicycles on it?
The supervisor explained that transporting bicycles on the back of a vehicle is not considered unlawful obstruction of a license plate. The law clearly provides for this exception. As for whether refusing to exit the vehicle constituted interference with official duties, he stated that it depended on how law enforcement chose to interpret the situation. If they wanted to take the matter to court, they could prepare a case and move forward with prosecution. The decision ultimately rested with the police. The officer said, "I'm only calling to get your opinion because honestly, I'm not completely sure myself." The supervisor replied, "I'm not going to make that decision for you. You can always ask the chief for another opinion. Legally speaking, you could argue that the woman was interfering. But ethically, if it were up to me, I wouldn't pursue charges because she wasn't breaking the law in the first place. Ultimately, the choice is yours, and I'll support whatever decision you make." In the end, the officer abandoned the idea of charging the woman with interference, returned her driver's license, and asked whether she had any additional questions. The answer was no. The officer walked away without offering an apology, leaving the woman frustrated. Being stopped by an officer who doesn't fully understand the law is certainly a rare stroke of bad luck. Eventually, everyone went their separate ways, and the woman chose not to file a lawsuit. And that's the end of today's story. Lighter than a shot of espresso, but with a lingering bitter aftertaste. Under Texas law, a license plate is considered unlawfully obscured if more than half of it is covered by a frame, coating, material, or other object. However, the law specifically provides an exception for bicycles and motorcycles that are transported in a normal manner. In this case, the bicycles mounted on the rear rack did not constitute a license plate violation. As a result, the legal basis for the traffic stop was questionable from the start. The case also raised the issue of whether refusing to exit a vehicle could be considered interference with law enforcement. While officers may interpret such conduct differently, prosecutors generally consider the totality of the circumstances before deciding whether criminal charges are appropriate. These 6 cases expose the fragile line between police authority and your constitutional rights in the U.S. The Fourth Amendment acts as your ultimate shield against unreasonable searches, bogus detentions, and warrantless home entries under the Castle Doctrine. Whether it's a passenger refusing to show ID, a driver legally exercising their right to remain silent, or a citizen using their First Amendment right to film officers in public, the takeaway is crystal clear. The system won't always protect you from an unlawful stop, so knowing the law is your absolute best defense against police overreach.